the huge news of the last couple of days. Basically, multiple people in different places are finding the same thing, which is that the vials of both Pfizer and Moderna are adulterated, as I just mentioned. And in journalism, when you have multiple people using different sources of examination finding the same thing, that's confirmation. So there was Kevin McKernan, a distinguished, he's got something called medicinal genomics, a really sophisticated lab in Beverly, Massachusetts. He tested both Pfizer and Moderna, and I went to his lab with a cameraman. I filmed this, and he found that there was that the vials were contaminated with DNA fragments of DNA, and also plasmids that were grown essentially in E. coli, which is, as you know, in poop, in feces. So he found that, but other people also examined the vials and have also been finding it. 27 vials of Pfizer Moderna vaccines are contaminated, at least, and other people have found the same thing, as I mentioned. For instance, Philip Buchholz, who is a cancer genomics professor at the University of South Carolina, had a viral presentation a week or two ago, and he also independently replicated the findings. So these vials are contaminated. So what is this stuff? Why does it matter? Why is everyone sort of distraught? Well, a group of researchers and our team, the War Room Daily Cloud team, added to their findings, found that the contamination process was a stealthy substitute for what Pfizer had disclosed to the FDA about their manufacturing process. And it was very late in the game. So basically, there was something called process 1 that wasn't contaminated, had other problems, as we've all discussed, the lipid nanoparticles, the spike protein, the mRNA. But then late in the game, probably because it was difficult to scale process 1 to create vats and vats and vats of, liquid for these injections, they shifted, they did a bait and switch, and they created something called process 2. And process 2 is the contaminated injection material, which is easier to scale, to produce at large amounts. But it's got SV40 in it. So what is SV40? SV40 is something that oncologists are very, very concerned about. It's short for simian virus 40, and it is, fragments of DNA that are kind of embedding into the nucleus of your cells, essentially. And the outcomes are unknown. But people who deal with cancer particularly are very concerned about SV40 because it is seen and understood as a carcinogen. It tells your body basically to stop doing the things that your body routinely does to keep cancer cells from replicating. So people like Dr. Ryan Cole are incredibly concerned about it because, as he put it, these little circles of DNA can stay within the nucleus. Every time that cell divides, it's a problem. They're adulterated, they're contaminated. So should I pause there or go on to the kind of regulatory issues this raises? I'll just jump right in.
Here's how did this all come up, and how did it all come up? Why has this all come to the